back running and filming again. Who knew? It's actually turned out quite nice now. It's overcast, but I don't know whether it just feels warm or it's nice because it's not raining. But yeah, today's been tough. I think it's because, apart from lovely couple met earlier, it's been a bit isolating. Pouring the rain, head down. Afternoon. Not even be able to talk to you guys really, because everything's had to be packed away. I'll be glad for today to be done, to be fair. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is because it absolutely tipped it down this morning when I packed everything away. Got that horrible feeling of everything being wet. Tent, the sleeping system. So hopefully if the rain holds off and I get somewhere to camp, I can dry it all off before I get me down tonight. So what I'm doing now is, again, try the old roulette of luck. I'm just seeing a little campsite that's marked on the map. So just making my way towards that as a starting point. And again, if that doesn't work, something could come up. Can't believe it's day 17 today. Been on the go 17 days, and it sounds a long time, but when I was just talking to that couple, it's crazy to think that I think it was five days ago, around then, not across the Scottish and English border, which is crazy. And the fact that now I'm closer to Wales than I am anywhere else of me journey. Yeah, to go from Scotland, England, and then coming into Wales, it's a bit crazy. And it's only, what's it, so 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's only going to be another, 5, 6, 7 or 8 days before I meet Sam from work. And that'll be the first person, even though I've met all these amazing people, that'll be the first person that I actually recognise from back home. So that'd be a bit of a weird feeling. But yeah, I'm going to push forward, try and find this campsite, and then see what happens next. So you remember about 5-6 days ago when I made the statement of Scotland being all uphill, crossing the border, and it all being downhill. 5 days later, it's so hard to show how steep it is on camera, but this bad boy. Still got nothing on the old Scottish hills, but it shows you how quick your body adapts and changes. Because I would have laughed in the face of this when I was in Scotland, but considering this is the first major hill or big hill like this I've hit for 5 days, blimey, do my legs know it. You can see how slow I'm trundling up this. And of course, when you're doing a big hill, of course it's not going to be raining, of course the sun's going to be out when you're wearing a waterproof jacket. But yeah, we get to the top of this and then hopefully it'll level out. But again, just met lovely two lady and gentleman cyclists. They're doing 150 kilometres, which is 80 odd miles. It's crazy. But yeah, just, they went past me and then they turned around and come back up that hill that I was moaning about. And we just had a really nice chat. And they've, between them, donated £15. So that's going to go a massive long way. Lovely couple. I did get this lovely picture of us when just after they donated. But yeah, again, people are coming out of the woodwork, starting to meet people again after a long morning of not seeing anyone. But I'm just about to approach this campsite, so let's see what happens. So I got to the that campsite, up the hill, and there was no one here, but there was about 2 camper vans, and I chatted to a lovely couple that had been here before, so they gave me the lady's number that owned a farm, and she was lovely. Spoke to her, said if she could help out, said what I was doing, and she's give me a little pitch up. She was apologising because it's only for camper vans, so she hasn't got any sort of amenities, but I said just need a bit of security, a bit of grass. So I'm pitched up in this corner, and it's the Cheshire Lookout, and it's lovely because no wonder it's called the Lookout. If I show you around here, so that's the view, and it's just tipped it down again, and now the sun's come out again. But this camper van here, I was chatting to a lovely couple in there that again have got experience, close experience around PTSD, and as we was chatting, the lovely lady, she said that I want a sandwich. She's made me 2 double-decker sandwiches and brought me a mug of tea. So what fantastic people they are. And yeah, I've just chucked everything in the tent. It literally, as we was talking, the heavens opened up again and it's just stopped. But look at that, double-decker, tuna and cheese all over it. But yeah, it was a hard morning, hard afternoon at the start of it. Obviously isolated a bit because of the weather. Not many people was out. Didn't see many people got soaked through. But I think I stayed in fairly good spirits. And then towards the end part, probably last 6 miles, 7 miles, started to see like loads of interesting people again, having really good conversations. Right up to this point. Yeah. I shouldn't be surprised now. I shouldn't be surprised at 1, the generosity of people, and 2, how many people I've got that have got stories. It just goes to show you how wide PTSD and CPTSD is. But I've, as I say, got the tent up. Everything was soaking wet from this morning, so I've just had to dry it out best I can. Then when it started raining, so I've just had to dump everything in there. So hopefully, if it stays clear for another half hour or so, I'll try and get things sorted, get a bit of organising, and then I don't think it's going to be a late night tonight. There is a pub just along the road, but do you know what? I was thinking of popping along there and getting something to eat. And then there was a Tesco's about a mile down the road, down that hill, and I thought I'd go and buy something and cook it up. But I'm knackered. I don't even know if I'll make it to the pub. But I've got to keep myself fueled. But this is a godsend, this sandwich. So see how I feel a bit later and see what the weather does. Yeah, I'll have this and then do a bit of a conclusion about today. And then we'll be at the end of day 17, day 18 tomorrow. It's crazy. It seems to be going really quick now. Yeah, gonna sink this. So today's been, as I say, an interesting one. I thought I'd done 28, 29 miles, but I've just had a look and it's just under 31 miles today. And it's weird. It didn't feel that long, but I think it's because I had an earlier start. So as I say, I didn't sleep well last night and everything was wet, so I just thought I'll get up, have some breakfast and then get going. But also, probably today is the first day my body felt tired. And obviously, it's not made me stop, but my legs, my shoulders. But I was just thinking about it. I can't get too disheartened at considering just finished day 17, carrying that weight. And if today's the first day that my body felt proper, like, tired, yeah, I've got to be pleased with that, really. Today's been a tiring one, a bit of a lonely one, but my mood's been all right. And that's only because it's only been lonely because obviously I was the only nutter out in the pouring of rain running. But then, like everything, it always finishes on a high. So I met some lovely people, even right up until like arriving at this little campsite. Lovely lady that gave me this pitch, and then people on the campsite have been lovely. So not really much else to say from today, apart from I haven't even looked at, to be fair, let me have a look while I'm on here. I don't even know what the donation page is at. Oh, it says here, let me just refresh that. Yeah, so why this is refreshing, I've got another 15, probably about another 19 pounds to pay him, which I'll do in a minute. Yeah, so we're at £2,636.50. So with the money that I've got to pay in, yeah, just around 2,650, which is amazing considering how bad the weather has been, and still to get cash donations today. And I know that other people have scanned the QR code, so hopefully there'll be donations coming in next couple of days again. But yeah, just another day, another lot of amazing people, another bit of miles pushed in. And I thought I'd just give you a few little stats just to finish this one off. So I've just been making, these are not completely accurate, but as of today, so I've been running for 17 days. I've covered 400, as of where I am now, 494 miles. I've got here 5 people along that journey that have contacted me and said because of what I'm doing, it's encouraged them to seek help and contact their GP, which is amazing. I've got 5, 10, 15, 24 people. This, obviously, there might be some that I've forgotten to mark down, but 24 people I've met over them 17 days that have taken down details and going to be accessing PTSD UK on their website because they didn't know about them, and that's fantastic. And then this isn't written down because it'd be too much to tally, but obviously with all my videos, the amount of people that I've just met with their own stories, with family, friends, people that they're supporting, and also the ones that I've met and haven't had a clue what PTSD is, what it's about. You know, the amount of people that only think that there's PTSD and have never heard of complex PTSD. So that's been great to just explain and, you know, pass on my minimal knowledge of it and try and help them understand that. So overall, considering it's been 17 days, I think, you know, I don't like saying it to big myself up, but I am pleased of what I've achieved in those 17 days. And I know that there's going to be a lot more and a lot more people to meet, and hopefully more donations to come in. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up now. I'm going to try and now finally all the stuff's dried off. I'm going to try and work out why I haven't been sleeping for the last couple of nights. I've let a little bit of air out my new airbed, and I'm wondering whether it's because it's a different type, and I know it's a bit higher, so I've just let a bit of air out, just to make it a bit softer, to see whether that helps. But yeah, I'm gonna probably have a couple of hot drinks and then catch up on some of the messages, and I think it's going to be an early night tonight. I'm going to sack off. I'm not going to do the pub. To be honest with you, I'm too tired and I can't be bothered, and I just want to get my head down for a bit. And the weird thing is, where I am, just over in the distance, is the hills, and someone pointed out that that's Wales. So that's bizarre to think how close I am to the Welsh border. And tomorrow I'm going to be going to Whitechurch. So I think that's about 28, 29 miles away. So yeah, that'd be my destination tomorrow. I just hope, I mean, it's too much to ask to think it's not going to be raining, but it'd be nice to have a couple of hours where it's not raining and I'm just running and meeting people. But yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the donations, for all your comments, all your messages. And as I said to the people earlier, my core message is it's okay not to be okay. And also, let's carry on talking about PTSD and CPTSD and just make it a norm and not make it something that we have to be embarrassed about or shy away from. But yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Cheers.